Tell us about your squad. Do you have any concerns ahead of Monday's match?
Well, about the squad, we have the continuing injury. Andy Carroll, Carlos Sanchez, Yarmolenko, Jack Wilshere, and Winston Reid. Well, those 5 players are not available.
So nothing new in there, is there?
Well, knew that Felipe Anderson, it's okay that he couldn't play last game. Also, Sami Nasri's worked today with the squad. Frederick also was injured last game that he couldn't play. He's okay. So we have some news.
You described the performance against Everton as the worst. How do you ensure that doesn't happen again?
In football, you never can be sure that those things cannot happen again. They always can happen. Of course, I was not happy. I don't want to also to give excuse when we lost the game. I said that was the worst game of the season because we didn't create chances. They scored 2 goals and they create 3 or 4 more clear chances. So when you play so bad in both boxes, of course, it's a bad game. After that, you must understand that we play also with 8 players less. It's too much advantage maybe for our squad to play without Nasri, without Wilshere, without Yarmolenko, without Felipe Anderson. The playmakers that, of course, any squad or any team will fill those players. So it happens. Now we must try to think, as always, that we do when we finish a game. In the next game, that is Chelsea, and that you must turn the page and think and be positive for the next game.
What do you need to see from your players on Monday against Chelsea?
Well, I need to see players that are not afraid to play against Chelsea away. After that, we need to play against Manchester United. That we must try to go there and not just defend a result. Try to play, and after that, we'll see which team play better.
Some of the fans are certainly a bit concerned about Marko Arnautovic's contribution at the moment. He's not scored for West Ham in 8 games. Are you okay? Are you happy with how things are going with Marko?
I don't think that nobody can be happy. Of course, the fans are not happy, me are not happy, Marko is not happy, but this happens to some players in a moment of the season that they are not in their best moment, and maybe they need support more than to punish them. So I always talking with Marko. He wants to do things better. He's absolutely involved with our team. What happened in December about China is finished, it's over. So I think that if everyone or someone is thinking that Marko doesn't want to be here or he doesn't want to play at West Ham, they are wrong. Marko is absolutely involved in mentality and physical. I repeat, he's not in a good moment, but supporting him, he will return what he demonstrated some months ago.
Why do you think he's going through this difficult spell then?
Why? Because a lot of players in some part of the season they have bad performance. It's not easy maybe to know that you don't have the same support of the fans that he has 6 months ago, but with work and with positive mentality he will return, and he's working for that.
This week there was the opening ceremony for the New Look Academy, and the club has a very proud record of bringing young players through and giving them a pathway to the first team. At Chelsea, a lot was made over Callum Hudson-Odoi starting for England before he'd even started for West Ham. Before he'd even started for Chelsea in the Premier League. Is that a situation you could ever see happening here?
Well, I don't want to compare each team because I don't know what happened in Chelsea. I think that every team or every club, the best investment that you can do is in young players. If you save to buy one player, in this moment the prices are every month or every year higher. If you can save them to take one player of your young divisions and not to buy another one, I think that for a good player you can save 50, 40, 60 millions, and that's why in the more amount of money that you invest in your development of young players, I think that you are going to save a lot of money in the future.
Mark Noble was saying that he thinks Declan Rice is worth 50 million. Do you think that's about right?
I don't know which is the worth of Declan Rice. What I think, or what I know, that Declan is a top player. After that, he wants to stay here, and we don't know if it's true that there are offers or they are not offers. The club will must wait till the end of the season. But what I am sure that taking from the academy players at Declan Rice, this club will continue growing.
I want to get your thoughts on what Danny Rose has been saying just recently. He said he can't wait to see the back of football over problems with racism. If racism happens in a match, do you think the players should come off? Would you like to see players come off?
Well, I answered that question last week. I don't think that the game must stop it. You have a lot of people, and because 10 people or 20 people maybe or say stupid things or shout stupid things, I think that you cannot punish the whole show with all the other people that pay their tickets. I said last season that when I see what punish has the stadium of Juventus or the stadium of Montenegro, those things happen, with hard punish, I think that will finish immediately. So I think that is the way, more than to stop the game or to not to refuse to play. I think that as I said, hard punishment will finish immediately. Those small amount of people, because if you tell me that it's the whole stadium, well, that can be, of course, danger. But it's 10 people or 15 people cannot stop what all the other people want to see. That is a football game. It doesn't matter which players are playing.
And this week we've seen the publication of the amount that clubs are paying to agents. Do you think it is a problem? And if it is, how do we solve it?
It's an issue that is growing every year. I don't know who is in charge to review that, but of course I think that they have too much power.
So how do we solve that?
I am not in charge of those issues, so I have enough to be in charge to see how we resolve the problem of West Ham playing football. There's another directors that are in charge of doing those or to take care of those issues.
Jamie?
Manuel, after the disappointments of Everton, have you seen a positive reaction this week in training from the players?
Of course, I think that nobody was happy after the game. I repeat that we will try to finish this season as high as we can on the table. We are trying to involve all the players in that mentality. The season is not ready. Maybe a lot of people can be happy because we are not fighting for relegation as was last season, that until the last 2 or 3 games this team was in a dangerous situation. For that reason, I understand that someone could be happy, but I think that our mentality must always try to decide more. So it's what we are going to try to do in this 6th game. I am not unhappy with the season. You see that the difference between after the 6 big teams that they have better players. You see that the difference between the other 4, 5 or 6 teams is 2, 3, 4 points, is not more. So with so many injury players that we had the complete season, long injuries, not just muscle injury for 2 or 3 weeks. I think that it's not a bad season, but we must try to improve it with these last 6 games.
You're unbeaten in 3 against Chelsea. You've got a good recent record against them. Are you confident that you can extend that?
My record is not important against Chelsea. The important thing is that the team plays a good game, and we are going to go to Stamford Bridge to try to win that game, and that's what I want to see from this team.
Thank you. Cameras off.